Okay. I share screen already, is it? Okay. This one. Okay, you capture first the QR code. I'm so sorry. I delay 1 hour. Just now I I I took my my son to the hospital. Suddenly got fever, 39 above. So I rushed to the hospital. Then luckily I'm here at 12. Okay. I also not feeling well today with the coughing and so on. Maybe because of the weather. Yeah. Okay, I hope everyone in a good health. Right. So done capture. Okay, later once we finish, I will show again the QR code. Okay. Topic 3. Okay, topic 3 is regarding the central bank and the monetary system. Okay, last week we also learned about the central bank, why central bank exists, why central bank is important. We study about the last week also we learn about the three monetary policy under the monetary system, why this tool is important for the authority, especially governments and also central bank. Why they need these three tools? Why these three tools is important? And what is the impact and effect if, let's say, these three monetary tools are being implemented? So what is the why it is important? Okay. Okay. So when we talk about monetary system, okay, under the monetary system, monetary system related to what? What is the impact? Okay, monetary system, the impact and effect is towards the money supply. Towards the money supply. Okay. If money supply circulate much in market, what will gonna happen to the currency value? When you reach a certain point, currency value will drop. Why currency value drop? Okay, money supply circulate much in market. What does it mean by that? It means that household, investor, they refuse to hold the currency. For example, Ringgit Malaysia. Okay, for example, Ringgit Malaysia. Ringgit Malaysia circulate much in market. What does it mean by that? It means that Ringgit Malaysia are being refused to hold by whom? By investor, by household, and so on. So, what does it mean by that? It means that the supply increase. Supply of what? Supply of Ringgit Malaysia. So, when supply increase, money supply increase, when we reach a certain point, currency value drop. In other way around, okay, if in case we as a household, we and an investor, they demand for Ringgit Malaysia. Why they demand for Ringgit Malaysia? What does it mean by demand for Ringgit Malaysia? Demand for Ringgit Malaysia means people willing to hold the Ringgit Malaysia. In what way? Example, in what way? Invest in Malaysia. When investor invest in Malaysia, when investor invest in Malaysia, what does it mean by that? It means that they willing to hold the Ringgit Malaysia, so they demand for Ringgit Malaysia. So when investor willing to invest in Malaysia. So they compulsory for them to demand for ringgit Malaysia. So when they demand for ringgit Malaysia will higher in demand. When higher in demand, money supply will reduce. So when we reach a certain point, ringgit Malaysia value will appreciate. Okay. When you go back, okay, you listen back to the recording. Okay, what it means by demand and supply of the currency and how to differentiate between both. Okay, so I record already. Yeah, so when you have a free time before sleep, for example, you listen back to the recording. The differentiate between demand and supply of the currency, how it will give an impact towards demand and supply and currency value. Okay? Okay. So demand for a currency. Demand for a currency. Demand for a currency is a function of demand for foreign good. Demand for currency is a function of demand for foreign good. What does it mean by that? It means that we, as a Malaysians, for example, we demand for US. For example, here US and Euro. Okay, let's say US demand for Euro. Okay, I you can read from here, but I give my example. So then we use a ringgit Malaysia, for example. Okay, demand for currency. Let's say demand for foreign good. What does it mean by that? It means that, for example, you students, you have an extra money. Okay, you have an extra money. Your mom and dad give you extra money, and then you receive the, for example, the scholarships, and you have an extra money. Your fees also already been paid, so you have extra 5,000, for example. Yeah, usually as a students, when they have extra money, what they did, they will buy, they will go for shopping, or they go for overseas. They go travel. So, for example, shopping. Okay, you have 5,000 extra. You have 5,000 extra. You have a choice. You want to buy shoes, for example. You have a you have a choice whether to buy Nike shoes online from UK or Bata shoes. Okay, usually as a students, we will buy branded product, is it? So you decide to buy Nike from overseas market, which is UK market, for example. So when you demand to buy Nike shoes from UK, compulsory for you to demand for UK currency, which is sterling, pound sterling. So when you demand for pound sterling, you actually refuse to hold ringgit Malaysia. So you supply ringgit Malaysia, you demand for pound sterling. So what happened to the ringgit Malaysia? Ringgit Malaysia, money supply of ringgit Malaysia will increase. Why? Because you refuse to hold it. You refuse to hold, you supply ringgit Malaysia, you demand for pound sterling. Okay. So when you demand for pound sterling, when you reach a certain point, what happened to the ringgit Malaysia? Ringgit Malaysia will drop in When we reach a certain point, ringgit Malaysia will drop in value. The value will depreciate. Because why? Because you demand for foreign currency. Easy, is it? Okay. So you can read from this also. As demand for euro. Hold on, yeah. Okay. As the demand for euro increase, the value of dollar fall. Why the value of dollar fall? Because US citizen, they demand for euro goods. Demand for euro goods, compulsory for them, compulsory for the US citizen to demand for euro currency. That's why euro currency, when you reach a certain point, euro currency will appreciate. Okay, what is the impact? This is impact. The impact is as the value of dollar fall, cheaper. Cheaper for euro people to buy US product. Since euro currency appreciate and expensive. Dollar cheaper. Once dollar cheaper, euro people, when they demand to buy US goods, it's become cheaper. Okay, you listen back to the recording. Okay, I tried to slow down so then you can understand, then you can listen back to the recording before you sleep, for example. So then any issue questions regarding the currency exchange, demand supply currency, money supply, any question related to that, you are able to answer, especially for the midterm. For the midterm, this chapter is important. Okay, especially the thought of introductions to exchange rate and so on. Okay, this is for the midterm actually. That's why I try to slow down. I give you example. So then you can you have some idea to to answer. Okay. Supply of the currency. Okay. What does it mean by that just now? Supply means you refuse to hold. You sell. You refuse to hold the ringgit Malaysia, for example, just now, is it? Okay. Same thing to here. Supply of currency. Supply of euro is a function of Euroland demand for US good. Okay, let's say in the vice versa. Just now, to buy US goods, it's cheaper. So because of it cheaper, most of the Euroland people, they try to buy US product. When they buy US product, they have to supply Euroland, euro currency, is it? Okay. Supply of euro is a function of Euroland demand for US goods. Since what? Since just now it's cheaper. That's why under market there will be a cycle, up and down cycle. Okay, and you will reach a equilibrium in the middle. So here, since dollar cheaper, Euroland people, they try to buy US goods since it's cheaper. So when they demand to buy US goods, they refuse to hold euro currency. So because of they refuse to hold euro currency, since they demand for US goods, compulsory for them to demand for US currency. US currency, US dollar. So US, what is that?
Mẹ, nhiều. Ừ. Ừ. Đó sao điện thì phát triển.
Lee, can you mute please? Can you mute? Let me try to mute. How to mute? Okay, it's okay lah. Okay, where am I just now? Okay. Euroland consumer must buy dollar to buy US good. Since compulsory for them to pay in US currency, US dollar. So because of that, the impact is it increased Euroland demand for US goods, increased demand for US dollar, which increase the amount of euro supply. Euro supply, when it reaches a certain point, money supply increases it. When it reaches a certain point, euro currency will drop. Okay, euro currency will drop. Okay, so this is how. Make sure you understand this thought. Most of you I know already know about this. So this is up here, supply more than demand. Down here, demand more than supply. If supply of currency exceed demand, the value will fall relative to another currency until it reaches new equilibrium. If demand for a currency exceeds supply, demand means they want to hold it. The value will increase. Currency will appreciate to another currency until it reaches new equilibrium. Here, when we demand increase, currency will appreciate. Supply, too much supply, currency will depreciate. Okay, this is it actually. Okay, there are 5 factors that will influence the exchange rate. First, inflation, interest rate, income level, government control, and expectation. We will go through one by one. Okay, number 1, inflation. Okay, we know inflation is not so good. Okay, increase in inflation leads to increase in US demand for foreign goods, since they have a lot of money that time. So because of that, it increased US demand for foreign currency. We know if let's say we demand for foreign currency, what happened to our currency, home currency? Home currency will drop when it reaches a certain point. Okay. Since what? Since it's increased the demand for foreign currency. So what happened to the currency value? When it reaches a certain point, currency value drop. Okay. Interest rate. Let's say there is a rumor saying that US economy will boom up. Okay, will boom up, will be steady. So interest rate suddenly increase. Interest rate for what? For investments, and so on. Okay, for example. So because of increase in US rate, who will interested to invest? Investor, is it? So because of that, it leads to increase in demand for US deposit and decrease the demand for foreign deposit. Okay, so what is the impact? The impact is the demand increase, money supply drop, is it? So what is the impact? The impact is it leads to increase in demand for dollar and increase exchange rate for the dollar. So when you reach a certain point, currency value of US currency country will increase. Next, income level. Okay, same thing for the income level. Okay. Okay, for the income level, let's say in Malaysia, before we look at it here, let's say, um, we take a look in the Malaysia market. If income level for everyone, for every household increase, what does it mean by that? It means that we have extra money every month to spend, is it? So as a normal human, normal household, usually when they have extra money, especially you also, me also, okay? When we have extra money, usually we will gonna demand for foreign goods. Demand for foreign goods and so on. So because of that, we refuse to hold the ringgit Malaysia. So what happened to the ringgit Malaysia? Ringgit Malaysia will drop. So as the income level increase, usually we will demand for, most of people, they will demand for foreign goods. So foreign goods, the impact is local money supply will increase. When we reach a certain point, ringgit Malaysia will drop. Same thing to here. Increase in US income leads to increased US demand for foreign goods. Increased demand for foreign goods means that they refuse to hold US currency. So they supply US currency. Why? Because they demand for foreign goods. Demand for foreign goods means compulsory for them to demand for foreign currency. So when they demand for foreign currency, relative to the dollar, and increase the exchange rate for foreign currency. What does it mean by that? It means that foreign currency will become expensive when we reach a certain point. What happened to the US currency? US currency will be cheaper when you reach a certain point. Cheaper means drop, depreciate. Okay, easy, is it? Huh? So income increase, we can say, where's the, okay, here. Income increase, what we can say is, okay, income increase, demand for foreign product, increase. So what is the impact? The impact is demand for foreign currency increase, compulsory for US people to demand for foreign currency. Foreign currency. So because of this, they supply US dollar. So it leads to value of US dollar drop. What happened to the foreign currency? Foreign currency appreciate. US currency depreciate. Okay, so this is the impact. This is the impact. Okay, next, government control. In terms of what? In terms of taxations, barrier. Yeah. Madam first. Okay. Okay. Government control via impose foreign exchange barrier. Foreign exchange barrier. Rules and regulations. Okay. Impose foreign trade barrier. Intervening means they take actions. Yeah. They take part in foreign exchange market. Affect macro variables such as inflations, interest rate, income levels, and so on. So what does it mean by all this? This is protection. Protection from foreign investor, for a foreign company, okay, to monopolize our market. So usually government control because they're trying to protect local player. Who are the local player? Local company. So what does it mean by here? It means that government, they try to put barrier in terms of what? In terms of taxations, in terms of subsidies, yeah, and so on. Okay, next, expectation. What does it mean by expectations? Expectations, let's say there is a rumor saying that US country we're gonna have market boom up in future, in next 2 years or next year, for example. So as an investor, usually they will take action by taking part of these rumors, which is they will go to US and invest in US market. So if expect interest rate in US market to rise, increase, so as an investor, they will go and invest in US. So when they invest in US, compulsory for them to demand for US currency. So when they demand for US currency, money supply of US will drop. So when you reach a certain point, because of demand for US currency increase, when you reach a certain point, currency value will appreciate. Because why? Because the demand is there. Demand for foreign currency, increase in the exchange rate for foreign currency. Okay, let's say there is a rumor saying that Singapore will rise up in interest rate, for example. So as an investor, Malaysia investor go to US and they invest in and go to Singapore and invest in Singapore. When Malaysia investor demand and invest in Singapore. Compulsory for investor from Malaysia to demand for Singapore currency. Singapore is foreign. So, they refuse to hold ringgit Malaysia. This is compulsory for them to pay, invest in, to demand for Singapore currency. Demand for Singapore currency. Singapore is a foreign, so Singapore dollar will appreciate when it reaches a certain point. What about ringgit Malaysia? Ringgit Malaysia will depreciate. So is it speculations give a big impact and effect to the currency exchange? Yes. But somehow, sometimes the rumors or speculations is not all true. So as an investor, they have to decide which one is true, which one is not. Okay, all right. Intervention. So what does it mean by what does it mean by intervention? Interventions mean government intervene. Government take part on what happened in economy, in market, in financial market. Especially interventions when they see unexpected event that occur in market and give an impact towards the currency value. So how government do intervention? How government take place to overcome the problem? Okay, I give you one example. Okay, why government do intervention? To smooth exchange rate movement, to establish implicit exchange rate boundaries, and to respond to temporary disturbance. What does it mean by that? Okay, let's see one example. Last issue, Malaysia also faced issue of 1997 crisis. Okay, 1997 crisis. 1997 crisis is the worst crisis that faced by all the ASEAN country, including Malaysia. Okay, so what happened that time? What happened that time, Abdullah? Okay. What happened that time? Because of the crisis, ASEAN crisis, the currency value of ASEAN countries dropped and dropped until maximum over the dollar. Last time Malaysia, how much? $1 equals to, we have to pay 5, for example, 5.1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the maximum. So what does it mean by that? Previously, before the crisis, $1 we only pay, cost us to pay only ringgit 80. But during the crisis, the cost that we have to pay for $1 is 5 ringgit 10 cent. These two is actually show us that our currency become cheaper and US currency become expensive, since the cost for us to pay $1, 5 ringgit 10 cent. So it shows that ringgit Malaysia devalue or depreciate in value. So what is the action taken by the government to make sure the currency stable back to normal? So government do intervention Okay, that time what happened is government pledging the money. It doesn't how fluctuate the currency. Government fix $1 equals to 3 ringgit 80 cent. It doesn't matter how far the fluctuations of the currency go beyond the exchange rate fixed to 380. So this is one of the example how is the government interventions to stabilize the economy back to normal during 1997 crisis. Okay, example. Okay, intervention in foreign exchange market. I told you just now. Government do intervention. Okay, paging the money. Okay, one more thing. What government did is, we know during the crisis, money supply circulate much in market. So what is the impact if let's say money supply circulate much in market? Ringgit Malaysia drop in value over US dollar. So what happened is government do intervention. Okay, that time to reduce the money supply circulate much in market, to stabilize the ringgit Malaysia value currency. So what central bank did is they try to buy back currency. They try to demand back the currency in market using reserve. They sell foreign currency, foreign exchange, foreign asset and so on. They demand back to buy ringgit Malaysia in market. The reason is they try to reduce the money supply circulate much in market with the hope that ringgit Malaysia will stable back to normal. So this is one of the example how the government intervention to stabilize the ringgit Malaysia, to reduce the money supply circulate much in market. So central bank, they purchase domestic currency, they demand to buy ringgit Malaysia in market with the hope that the money supply will reduce and currency ringgit Malaysia will back to normal. Corresponding sales of foreign asset in the foreign exchange market leads to equal decline in its international reserve and the monetary base. Another action taken by the government, central bank, they sell domestic currency to purchase a foreign asset. This is during the economy in a good condition. During the economy in a good condition, usually government take this action, okay, to make sure the fluctuations in currency value. A central bank sells domestic currency to purchase foreign asset. These actions only during the economy in a good condition. Okay, in foreign exchange market. So what happened to the money supply? Ringgit Malaysia, for example, ringgit money supply will increase. But usually when the government did this, they already have aim or target. Once they reach a target, the RM target, they will stop. Since if let's say too much, it will give an impact to the ringgit Malaysia currency. So usually when the government did this, they already have aim or target. At what level they will stop. Okay? And this is during the economy in a good conditions only. Okay. Unsterilized foreign exchange interventions. Unsterilized is attempt by a country monetary authority, especially central bank, to influence the exchange rate and its money supply. What is the reason? The reason behind is they try to, we call it a passive approach, yeah, to exchange rate fluctuations. Okay. Unsterilized means, okay, domestic currency, which is ringgit Malaysia, for example. So they sell ringgit Malaysia to purchase foreign asset. That one is unsterilized. Unsterilized means usually during the economy in a good condition. They try to fluctuate the ringgit Malaysia. Economy in a good condition. But somehow, like I told you just now, they have some aim or target. Once they reach a target, once they reach an aim, they will stop since it will give an impact towards the currency value. Once they achieve the ringgit Malaysia, the currency target, they will stop. Since too much or over target or aim, it will give an negative impact towards the economy. So unsterilized means usually in a good conditions. Government, they demand to purchase foreign asset, lead to gain international reserve, increase in money supply. Why local money supply? Why money supply increase? This demand for foreign. Usually, these actions are being taken by the authority when the economy in a good conditions and they have some aim and target. At what level the fluctuations of the currency will be. Okay, so increase in the money supply, depreciates of the domestic currency. So what happened to the ringgit Malaysia? Ringgit Malaysia will drop. But somehow, drop in ringgit Malaysia, actually somehow government, they try to make sure the ringgit Malaysia, they have aim and target. Maybe they try to parallel the ringgit Malaysia and the other currency close together. So this is the action taken. Okay, there are two. Okay, this one on it. This one, sterilize. Sterilize means during the economy not in a good conditions. Example, during the 1997 crisis. During the 1997 crisis, okay, government tried to buy back, okay, buy back the currency, demand back the currency from market with the hope that the money supply will reduce, with the hope that the ringgit Malaysia will back to normal. Okay, so what the authority did, they demand the currency using reserve. They buy back the currency in market using reserve. They sell foreign asset and so on. So to counter the effect of foreign exchange interventions, they conduct offset OMO. Offset OMO means they buy back currency. For example, they call to buy back the government securities. Okay, they call to buy back. Call to buy back under the unsterilized, is it? So sterilize under the OMO, under the, sorry, not buy, sell. Okay, sell you as a government. Sell government bond as an investor have to channeling fund to government account. Offset OMO. So the theory said under the OMO, there is no monetary base and no effect on the exchange rate. Sell certificate of bond, investor have to channeling fund into government account. So money supply will, with the hope money supply will reduce. Okay. Currency value will back to normal. Another is the demand using reserve to buy back the ringgit Malaysia from market. A few ways actually. Government will do interventions during the economy, not in the good conditions, and to stabilize back the ringgit Malaysian back to normal. Okay. Next, this is what I told you about the fix the 3 ringgit 80 cent just now. This is fixed. Okay, let's say that time currency fluctuate too far. Fluctuations is too far. Example, $1 equal to 5 ringgit 10 cent. So government do intervention. They fix the currency 380. It doesn't matter how fluctuate the currency be. The currency is still 380. So this is under the fixed exchange rate regime. This has happened during the 1997 when the government, they pledging the money into $1 cost us 3 ringgit 80 cent. Okay. So the fixed exchange rate, it's either constant or allow fluctuations only within very narrow boundaries. So they take the middle, 380. Yeah. Central bank can reset a fixed exchange rate by devaluing or reducing the value of the currency against other currency, for example, ringgit Malaysia and US dollar. So central bank can revalue or increase the value of its currency against other currency. Why they did this? This is to ensure in ensuring price exchange stability. This is the reason. Price exchange stability. This is the main reason. This is the main reason. So what is the advantages? The advantages is it insulates country from the risk of currency appreciations, allow firm to engage in direct foreign investment without currency risk. Why without currency risk? Because we know already $1 equals to 3 ringgit 80 cents. It doesn't matter what happened, fluctuate the currency, drop or increase, it's still 380. It's still 380. So what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is government will alter value of the currency. Can we intervene? No. We have to follow. Country and multinational company may be more vulnerable to economic conditions in other country, since it's not related. It's not related. Not is not related. It's not um, parallel with the other country. Okay, it's not parallel. Okay, float. Just now exchange rate fix, is it? They fix. They do intervention. They fix the currency. Floating. Floating means government did not make any changes. They just monitor. Government just monitor and let the market force fluctuate the currency without government intervention. Government just monitor how far the currency value increase or decrease. Government just monitor. But somehow, okay, so floating advantage and disadvantage you can read. Somehow, when the government see it is a correct time for them to do intervention, so government will do manage float. Once they monitor how far the gap, when they see this is the correct time for us to do intervention, so they will do intervention to prevent the currency from moving too far in certain conditions. Examples of managed float: they allow the government to manipulate exchange rate to benefit own country. Example, government do interventions by buying back currency from market by using reserve. So when they demand to buy back, money supply will reduce with the hope that currency value will appreciate back to normal. It's attempt to influence exchange rate by buying and selling of the currency. This is managed float. Okay. Okay, now we move to balance of payment. Okay. Balance of payment is a bookkeeping, debit, credit, what is the investment, what we pay off, what is government spending, yeah, and so on. So this is under the balance of payment. It's a statistical record of the country international transactions over a certain period of time. Double bookkeeping, positive, negative bookkeeping. Yeah, there are three under current account, capital account, and official reserve account. Okay, so for these three, okay, it is not important for midterm. Okay, but I just go through. This is not important for midterm, but I just go through. Okay, under the current account, what does it mean by current account? Include import and export of goods and services. Okay, I repeat again, not important for midterm, but somehow I explain. But the previous just now, from the beginning, is important for the midterm. Okay, you go back and you listen back to the recording. That's why I slowly explained. Okay. Okay, there are 4 categories under the current account: merchandise, trade, service, factors, income, and unilateral transfer. Under the capital account, we have all purchase, sales of asset such as stock, bond, bank account, real estate, and business. There are subcategories: direct investment, portfolio investment, and other investment. I just go through since this is not important for midterm. Yeah? Under the official reserve account, it covers all purchase and sales of international reserve account. Overall, balance in the current account and capital account is indicative of a country balance of payment gap that must be accommodated by official reserve transactions. Okay, so balance of payment is actually a country run a business, run a balance of payment surplus or deficit. From here, okay, from the balance of payment, we will gonna see how far country economy behavior, how perform the country economy behavior. Do we in a good environment's performance? Is it the behavior of the economy in a good conditions, or we are normal, or we are in the low conditions? Everything we can see from the balance of payment. Current account deficit. Is there any relationship with capital account? Try to read. Yeah? Current account deficit, it costs capital account surplus. No need to answer this. But if you want to answer, just answer. I'm okay with that. But for midterm, balance of payment is not important. That's why I just go through. Somehow, start from the beginning just now, up until yeah. Very important for midterm and final exam. Okay. Oh, 36%. Okay. So I show again the QR code. Can you capture the QR code for today? Okay, next week, class will be physical. Yeah? Class will be physical next week until class. You have to come to campus IDK 5. Yeah. So next week, chapter 4. Okay, next week, chapter 4. Class next week, physical at IDK 5. Yeah, IDK 5, correct. IDK 5, yeah. So next week, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 until 7 March, lecture will be physical. 22, 22nd February, 29 February, and 7 March. Class will be physical lecture. Start 14 March. You can choose both physical or online. Okay, but I prefer online since it's starting fasting month. And I am not able. If let's say I have a strength to do the class physically, I will let you know. Since I already 8 months. Okay, waiting 9 months already here actually. Start on the 14th March, waiting to deliver actually. But they give me the last date to deliver is for April until 11 April. So see how I really want to see all of you. I want to meet all of you. So we meet up next week. Next week, 22nd February at IDK 5. Okay, IDK 5. So next week, physical class. Yeah, IDK 5. So next week we discuss about the chapter 4. Huh? Chapter 4 about the crisis, if I'm not mistaken. Chapter 4 is about the monetary policy and economy, also important for final midterm. Yeah. Okay. So we meet up next week at IDK5. Okay. So any questions so far? I'm happy to see all of you today in online, even though this is online. Okay. So thank you so much for attending my class today. You want to sit to it? Okay, wait. Okay.
Ano phone boleh? Ano buat the phone for 10 minutes?
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for today class. And I hope to see all of you in physical class next week at IDK5. Okay. For chapter 4, not all content will cover for midterm. So next week I will discuss with you which one is important, which one is not important for midterm exam. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Just enjoy your holiday a few days. In a few days before you come back to campus next week. Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry for the late starting just now. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Miss.